here, FICO, certified FICO specialist for the 80/20 that was done and over with. But either way, 850 Club credits. I don't know what's going on today. But either way, let's go ahead and get ready for today's live. One of the questions that I was asked, that I was actually seeing in one of the comments over the weekend, was if you close your checking account or your bank account in general, will that affect your credit score? Let's actually talk about that because a lot of people don't think that it can, and it most definitely can. Okay. And then it really depends on the situation because there are also some instances where it will have no impact. So let's go ahead and go straight into it. So, first off, anytime you're looking at a bank account, it all depends on what they call pending transactions that are left over. Okay, so when you are closing a checking account, if they see anything that is pending, a pending transaction that's waiting to be processed, they more than likely won't even let you close the account unless you can guarantee that the payment is either automatic or you have to have money inside of that account. Okay. Otherwise, I've seen some banks not allow you to close it, and if you have money in there, then they'll just send you a check and you can schedule a close. Okay, but most banks would rather you just come back when there's no pending transactions, and then you could just go from there because essentially they don't want to be liable for the account being closed and then someone trying to obviously process a payment, and then of course now they got to come after you, and that's how things start to go into check systems. Okay, we haven't talked about check systems in quite some time. So that's the only way it could hurt you. So let's say, for example, you did have a pending transaction, and then you say, you know what, you won't let me close this account. I'll just take the money out the account, right? And then that transaction ends up going through. Then they're going to send that to check systems, and then of course, once they do that, then you're going to also more than likely they're going to send it over to a collection agency because the bank either had to pay that amount for you, or just the fact that even if they did have to pay it or they sent it back, sometimes they'll charge you a return check fee. Okay, so you'd be surprised how many people I've seen have a collection for $30, $40, $50, $60, whatever that bank charged them for a transaction that processed. But even though it didn't go through, it's just the fact that it tried to go through and the bank paid it, and then of course they ended up sending the money back, but there's no one to send the money back to. But it's just like a bounce check or a return check. Anytime you schedule a payment and the money's not there, the bank is going to typically charge you a fee if they have to, even if they have to reverse that entire transaction. Okay. And if that ends up happening, then of course they would send that over to collections. And now you have a collection agency trying to, start their process. As soon as that collection hits your credit report, that's when your score is going to be impacted. You do not want to have any new negative accounts on your credit report. Again, even if it's a collection, you most definitely want to stay away from that if you can, if at all possible. Okay. Now, if you don't have any pending transactions, then you have nothing to worry about. You can go ahead and close the account, but they have to see that. They will look to see what transactions you have, and then they're going to make sure that you don't have any pending transactions. Once they confirm that, then they'll go ahead and then let you close out the account. Now, the same goes true if you have a joint account, okay? And then let's say, for example, if someone actually is, they're going to look to see what the pending transactions are. They're going to look to see all the parties that are on the account, and then they're going to have to get signatures as well too if the account is going to be closed. More than likely, if it's a joint account or business account, they're going to need multiple people to sign off on that. So you want to keep those things in mind, okay? Because then that will affect both people. So if you have a joint account, you have two socials. If that account had a pending transaction or a transaction in general, it went negative. You essentially didn't close the account because they won't let you close it with a negative balance. Then they will take that amount. They'll let check systems know, hey, we got somebody who does things with banks, with bank accounts, and then they're going to send it to a collection agency. Once that collection agency reports that to the credit bureaus, now it's on your credit report, and then everyone that's a part of that account will get hit. Now, it's different if it's a business account. That's a little bit different. But again, you don't want to cause an issue just by not having the right information. You want to make sure that you have the right information and that you're closing the account when you're supposed to close the account. Okay. So, does anyone have any questions in regards to having that account open? How long of a time period do you need to have before you close out that account? Because as we know, credit scores are fragile. There's going to be certain things that's going to happen along the way. So you want to make sure that you are doing the absolute best that you can when you are able to do so. Okay. But that's essentially what you got to work with. So, so the most part, you don't have to worry about it, guys. I wouldn't worry too much about it, in any way, shape, or form. Again, as long as you don't have any pending transactions. Okay. Does anyone have any questions on that before we get out of here? By the way, we do have our 850 Club members as well too, that are of course on YouTube. So if you guys are looking to get any of your credit questions answered, you most definitely want to consider joining our 850 Club membership that is on YouTube for as low as $5 a month. You can get all of your credit questions answered, and that's in pertaining to personal credit, business credit, home ownership, rental property ownership. Of course, we kind of dive into everything, credit cards, you name it, anything that has to do with your personal credit or business credit. We will make sure that those questions get answered as well. Okay, so make sure you guys take advantage of that, because we get emails every now and then of people saying, hey, can we get some help, on a personal level? I'm telling you guys, outside of the advanced blueprint, that YouTube membership is going to be amazing for you, because again, when we go live on our videos, you'll be able to get your questions answered. And then we're going to also have member only lives where it's just all about answering questions as well too. And again, congratulations to all of the new members who joined over the weekend and was able to take advantage of all the perks over the weekend as well. Okay. All right, guys, don't want to hold you up any longer. We'll see you guys on the next video. We got some great stuff coming on tomorrow, so get ready for that, and we'll catch you guys on the next video. Have a good one.